facts. These things are almost poems. I'm not entirely sure what they're about yet, but I'll take all input about anything like that. The first poem is, I'm an EMT, and so I see a lot of interesting things in the course of a day. I was just talking to Chelsea, and I said, I'm one of the few people who will walk into your home and rip your clothes off because you need it. I don't know how you want to take that, but it's the truth. If I come in and take all your clothes off, there's a darn good reason. Or people like me. This one, right at the moment, this one is called 100. 100 years old, with veins like 40 miles of bad road, skin with the boot marks of 10,000 dreams, some that leave scars because they were never fulfilled, and others because they were. 100 years, and she has spent all her teeth in kisses, ransomed her hair for her soul. She has spun strong bone into gold. Her throat has sucked and swallowed every warm memory, every raw injustice, a pint of gin lucky and a smile. Eyes full of moonlight and moonshots stare straight through now, past into forever. This body she has used every day is worn from the inside out. She has tasted war, breathed poverty, prosperity, prejudice, and pearls. Gunfire and bonfire reside in her belly now, only as a tribute to the fallen. From her fingers to her lips, the movement of her hips, she has made dinner and promises. The schools, gardens, roads, bridges she has built are all within her, silent and populated by ghosts. The orchard of DNA that produced her button nose speaks in pictures that applaud her, slapping the walls with every running footstep. Shuffling paperwork whispers adulation, and she is on her way with me. Her purple and blue rice paper skin is wrapped in party-colored wires, a celebration that sings with the dancing leap of the heart inside. The medics know the rhythm, name the beat. The century of heart, that century heart kicks, only not as high as before. For the sun is closer at the close of day. As autumn veers left into winter, all she needs to do here is close her eyes, and it's all there. They're all there with her, again, at last.
Wow.
And if you know more about what that poem's about than I do, please tell me. One of the things that poems do is they kind of, and Chelsea and I were talking about that, they sort of start to leap out and say, I want you to say something about me. But you're never entirely sure exactly what it is they want you to say. And sometimes what they want you to say is dumb. Oh, yeah, okay, I love it when you save something on your phone and it says discard changes. No! All right, forgive me while I save. Yay! Saving and done. All right.
Do you feel that you're channeling this?
I don't know about channeling this.
Because it may not mean anything to you, but it spoke to me.
Okay, cool. And sometimes when it is like channeling. You start to write words down that don't necessarily connect. They don't make a lot of sense. Right. They're kind of there, and it is a lot like free writing. I'm going to go for the next one. Forgive me while I find where this is on my phone. I think anybody who's written anything for a very long time finds that there are more poems in their I have to finish this box than there are in the actually finished box. Right, which means like 1 out of 5 poems actually gets done. So you have to write 100 poems to get 20 that are finished. And out of the 20 that are finished, you get about 5 good ones. Which means you have to write what? Chelsea, can you do the math? Before you get enough to actually make it worth publishing a book. A chapbook, 20 poems? Ha! Takes forever. All right, this one is an old lady rant. Because I'm listening to the radio yesterday, and they're talking about how a lot of younger people, especially people in startup jobs, are being hired on an as-needed basis. They don't get given a schedule. They get to call work and find out if they have made enough sales that day so that they can please have some time to earn a living, which just completely made me insane. So this is my old lady rant, and again, all input is more than entirely welcome. And I'm going to apologize for this up front because now I realize it's kind of pretentious, but here goes. Generation distracted, fed a diet of media impossibility so that you'll ignore that working 7 days, open availability, means that the privilege of having a bed of your own is in the hands of an employer who parses your right to eat into profit points and manageable labor units, like a video game that distracts you, like the direct inject of heroin into your brain from your iPad. But don't worry. If you fail to make a career, can't hold a job because there isn't one, can't provide for a family, don't worry. You can reset and get another life. We wanted better for you than this. Every parent did. We never saw this media cocoon coming. Didn't know that you'd be swathed in personalized sound, blinded by endless video. What we did know was that too much candy rots your teeth and makes the dentist rich. Let me wake you. It's not about Obamacare or whether or not Obama cares. It's not. This is not the first time. Sorry, I can't. I'm getting old. And it's, look, bigger. Yes, bigger is good. I don't need cheaters. Okay, let me wake you. This is not about Obamacare or whether or not Obama cares. This is not the first time that this has happened. The right to live and work in dignity is an old fight. Your great-greats fought it with protests and fire and sometimes with blood in the streets. The difference is that this time, you've been sold a bucket of pride and sophistication. You're quantifiable, traceable, trackable, super connected. You don't have to leave your armchair anymore to gamble away your lifeblood, your talent. But the working you can rise from the fate of a cost center squeezed until it yields sufficient profit. Just get an education that buries you in debt, that makes you a debt-generating machine, a marketable commodity, while the professions are being ghettoized, isolated from the middle class, held out before you like a carrot on a long stick. And what are you going to do? Chase it? Tell me, young ones. When would you? How would you like to awake? Do you want cream and sugar? Or are you just going to smell that coffee?
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, like I said, old lady rant. Because sometimes grandma's got to kick you around for a while. Let's see, I think I have one more that's worth kicking around because it is a first draft. It's not a new draft, but I think I like it. Actually, no, this is not a first draft. This one I read for Women of Song. I think you've heard this one, right? I believe. You remember that one?
Which one?
I believe.
Oh, I believe.
Yeah. That's the title.
I thought you were saying you heard this one, I believe.
Yes!
I believe you heard it.
Nothing like an ambiguous title to make your day. And mine. This one's called I Believe. This one was written because on NPR they had this really cool series called For This I Believe. And they ran it in the 60s, and then they ran it again about a year or two ago. And people who were producing these marvelous essays, really coherent, well thought out, visionary essays about what they believed, and whether you shared their belief or not, they were just wonderful. So I settled in and I said, I'm going to write one of these, and I couldn't. Because I was not that focused. Hey, come on in. Come on down.
Welcome. Come sit.
So writing one of those well-focused visionary essays was a problem for me because I realized a couple of things. First of all, I'm not that focused. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. There's, you know, a shiny object over there, and all of a sudden I believe, no, it's and the second thing is I realized that there are many things that I believe in. None of them is really cohesive. So I started to write this poem based on the 4 different major voices that I found myself when I started to say, for this I believe, to myself. And these are the responses that I got. I believe in delight. I believe in whimsy. I believe there better be coffee or there'll be hell to pay. I believe in heart attacks that have you pissing yourself and wondering if there have been enough goodbyes. I believe in jokes, cruel and otherwise. I believe in the inimitable power of time to relieve us of our burdens and delusions. I believe in first times and second chances and third degrees and home, most of all home. I believe in yard sales, cherished mementos on the mantle, in cleaning out the garage before that damn thing explodes. I believe in sunny places and blue skies, and sunny places and blue skies and white clouds that turn to black clouds. I believe in scattered heaps of ephemera trailing behind the storm. I believe in the inspiring power of loss. I believe in hard lessons and good teachers, in fierce compassion and quiet celebration. I believe that the pressure of a good laugh can dislodge the sorrow that's choking you. I believe in letting go and forgiving, except for you, you filthy dog. I believe that we should hug our dogs and curb our children. I believe that children can do horrid, cruel things if you show them how. I believe that growing up is a feast of experience, not a dreary day when they take away your joy. I believe that in punishment and spanking, I believe that a little pain can prevent a whole world of suffering. I believe that there is a place in this world for real, honest violence, just not in your home or anyone else's. I believe that how you live and whom you love is no one else's business. That black and white, yes and no, don't even cover it. That there are more than 50 shades of delight in breathing. I believe that tomorrow's sunrise is more perfect because it is not guaranteed. I believe that that we are formed. Sorry, it's the old lady thing. I believe that we are formed by heartache and smoothed by failure, that we are shaped by wind and flail, and that the hammer strike of thoughtless cruelty, that courage is hot summer wind that can strip away the soft meat and sharpen you until you are nothing but singing blade. I believe that disaster makes us beautiful, that life is exquisite even when it makes no sense. I believe that we are all going to make it, but only as far as we go. I believe that everybody wins, if you say so. All good?
Want to do one more?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I like the coffee poem. I just do.
You have to do the coffee.
I have to do the coffee poem because we're at a place and they have coffee and it's just awesome. This one. When sunrise finds me, I reach out for my liquid first light. I don't know about America, but I don't run on the crunch of a capped styrofoam bucket sucking morning psych meds from the drive-through liquid machine. I am no caustic, keep your bod on, mama, housebound until the mind puddles into moo-moos of anxiety and arrhythmias. Won't even touch that watery Midwest cup of make it last until the next wagon train deprivation. And I don't want a cup that slaps me like an Italian. Brew me one that tickles my sleeping places and asks me how my mama let me leave the house dressed like that. Craft a cup that could birth a song, or a sonnet, or a revolution. Make it full of proud, cascading dreams swirling dark meditations on what must be that has never been before. Lift the bowl to your lips, a triumph of imagination over gravity, and sip the bitter muddy dregs like tears, till all that's left in the cup is hope. No room at the top, please, and nothing to sweeten it. I want to taste every brown finger that has touched those precious cherries. Want to worship with the hands that have gifted me a cup of joy. Want to see a road wash, swinging tons of cuppa on a crane hook. And when I breathe mountain clouds, I want to smell sweat and salted sea swell until my giddy breath gets a little thin between sips and makes my whole day glad.